Welcome down to the Malted Man Cave. I'm Keith.
And I'm Dave.
Tonight we're going to be reviewing a smorgasbord of samples
Smorgasbord.
from my boss.
Thanks, boss.
All right, so as I said, tonight we're going to do a little bit more laid-back review. We're not going to review just one specific bottle. But my boss, who, for risk, because I think he still subscribes to the channel, may watch it, risk of sounding like a suck-up, he's actually one of my best bosses I've had. And I'm almost off probation, so I hope I get a good probationary review. But we kind of swap samples off where we work, and I'm not allowed to necessarily say where I work, which I'm not really sure why, but it's like the rule there.
Keith investigates UFOs for the government.
Yeah.
So
I work in the CIA. But anyways, so I brought him a bunch of samples and then he returned the favor. So tonight, and you're going to be happy because they're all bourbons. He's a bourbon guy. He thinks that bourbon is best.
bourbon is always best.
I'm winning him over. I gave him a Springbank. It was not like the Springbank 10 local barley that people like love. And like he and his wife were just like struggling through it. Like I was just like, oh no, boss, like this is like such an expensive whiskey.
Right. And
Like a
I just don't get it.
$400 bottle of whiskey that
Sometimes that
connoisseurs
happens,
pine
though.
after.
Sometimes that happens early on.
Yeah, but he's like you, man. He loves that sweet bourbon,
Give me that.
vanilla caramel nectar. So without further ado, we're gonna just do one at a time. We're gonna save. Actually, you know what? No, we should do the rye first because otherwise the other ones will seem.
So I'm not the biggest fan of rye.
So this is the Alberta Premium Cask Strength Rye, and obviously,
Is this a Canadian whiskey?
yes, it is.
Nice.
It's at 66% ABV, and we're just gonna do kind of a real quick review. It's not gonna be quite as in depth.
So-
We can finish it off.
so do
well,
you-
actually,
Yeah, I'm gonna save a little
Yeah.
bit.
you got to drive on.
Do
You can
they?
stay here for a little bit.
Do they use Canadian oak for the barrels?
I would imagine. I guess I can't guarantee because
Is there a
there are a
diff-
lot. There are a lot of big.
As-
Canada gets a lot of their source whiskey from the U.S.
Yeah.
and I would imagine they probably get a lot of their
Their barrels.
from a lot of the big
Coopers.
There you go. You beat me to it in the U.S. But I'm not. This one may be straight from a Cooper in Canada, and it may be Canadian oak. Although I think it's all American oak.
Yeah.
Quercus alblat.
I just wonder if there's a difference in flavor as you go north in the hemisphere. Like, I don't know. All right, let's get into this.
So it has to be a rye, I believe, and I'm not sure all the Canadian laws as much as the U.S. It has to be at least 51% rye in the mash bill to be a rye, but it doesn't say straight rye, so it's not 100% rye. So, what do you think?
So I'm getting a little cherry, a little cotton candy.
Immediately, I get a nice, and it's not overdone. Sometimes with rye, it's like you get that hardcore wintergreen, pine, minty that I
It's not
like,
bad.
but sometimes it's
It's
can
all
be too much. Like it's just.
right.
Then I don't think it's not as overkill as Sunrise. Nice little bit of sweetness, maybe a little bit of vanilla, a little dusty oak, like in a wood shop.
Yeah, it smells like wood shavings or maybe a little
Minty, like mint wood shavings, if that was a thing.
Yeah, maybe a little cedar for me, like a cedar closet.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a little cherry, a little cough syrup, eucalyptus. What about when you get on the
maybe a little aloe?
yeah?
Or eucalyptus reminded me
I
of.
could definitely go like a creamy / aloe.
Yeah. All right.
You gonna pour on more? Now the mintiness takes over a little bit more on the.
Yeah, it's there. Ooh.
Now you did take it's 66% ABV, and you just took a huge.
No, it was not huge. Review the tape. It was small.
Help me.
No. But what reminded me of it was at the brewery when you had brought barrel proof.
Oh yeah, I brought Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and we were at this brewery.
Another rally shot.
And it was just like beer, and like so I'm here suffering because I like beer, but it's not my favorite. And I brought him. I was like, I got you, bro. I got you some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And then he was like eating supper, talking to our wives and stuff. And then he's just like, "Bleh." I'm like, dude, that's all we got. And he like chugged this huge shot of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Another round of shots. Get down. And then I was like, oh.
Whoa. So mint, it's a lot stronger on the palate. Like vanilla, mint, oak, cherry.
Yeah, the cherry's there for me. Again, man, menthol, just, it's kind of like, back in college, they had these cigarettes called Crushes or something like that, where it had like a bead in it. And I remember Justin Pony used to smoke those. And when you and so when in Rome, that menthol, that sharp menthol.
Because we got a few on before though. Now I would never serve this to anybody else. I'm gonna drink this myself and wash it out.
That was strong, by the way. I'm also gonna say that it's a medium finish for me.
I will say compared to, sorry to interrupt.
The menthol definitely, that mintiness, but it's still not overpowering. Even though it's strong, it's still not overpowering everything else.
Yeah, compared to some
oaks there. Once again, I just thought of, as soon as you said like a wood shop or something like that, just a blend of wood shavings for me.
Yep. Pretty good. Definitely not my least favorite rye.
Yeah, normally
some ryes are delicious, man. Do you remember the one rye that I know you really like? Remember a Midwinter's Night's Dram? My goodness. I've heard that the newer ones that weren't
not the same.
Yeah. So actually now that High West is making their own distillate.
Yeah.
Not that it's not good, but it's not as special as the source stuff, which I think they were getting from oh gosh, what is that place in Indiana? MGP.
Yeah.
Midwest Grain Products.
Did you see that Speyside April Fool bottle? And it said not aged enough or something like that. Like should have been aged longer.
Really?
And if you hold it under black light, it says April Fools. So it's a 30-year-old Speyside. Yeah.
Where did you see this?
I think somebody had it on Instagram.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, up next, Old Bardstown Bourbon, 50.5% ABV.
Damn. Putting hair on the chest tonight.
Did you wash it out?
Yep.
Again, this is not this is a more of a laid back. Normally we should have our own glasses. And
what's the most random thing you've ever Googled?
This could get spicy. I would never look up inappropriate content.
All right, so let it be known that's not that much.
The most weird thing I've ever.
So when he says that, oh, you took a big gulp of that. Anyways, yeah, what's the weird? Let me tell you what I Googled today. I Googled, can you water grass with spit?
Why? Can you?
I was standing outside and I was looking down at the ground and I spit. And I thought to myself,
if you had enough of this?
I wonder if I spit enough, I could water a lawn.
I'm sure it's moisture, right? It's
well,
got some H2O.
So we have enzymes that
ruins it?
Well, we specifically spit has enzymes. Thank you for Google. Now you don't have to Google this. Our spit has enzymes that specifically target starches, and so it's bad. It's bad, not good for plants.
Side note, since we're trying to get controversy now, is it healthy that a private for-profit company owns 90% of all search engines? That's kind of a crazy monopoly.
That's why
they hold what is truth, what you know is truth, with no accountability.
I only use Ask Jeeves. Alta Vista.
DuckDuckGo for me, bro.
DuckDuckGo. Yeah, well, I use DuckDuckGo when I'm Googling bombs.
How much? What? So we got two. First now we're talking about YouTube.
Oh, no!
They're definitely not going to let anybody.
I'm not going to bomb any.
And you're talking about bombs.
Just like looking at,
He's on your guys' side, Google. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm a big liberal. All right, so what are we drinking?
Old Bardstown Bourbon, 50.5% ABV.
Is this from Bardstown, Kentucky?
I would imagine. I would imagine.
Shout out, what is
I get
my mother-in-law's friend's name?
She lives down there.
Yeah.
I get a nice dollop of wood and peanuts. A little bit of sweetness, little caramel. Nice dusty corn notes.
So it reminds me a little bit of candy cigarettes. Little like powdered sugar,
Chalky, like chalk.
Chalky sweetness.
Absolutely, especially on the palate. I think you're gonna get even more. Just a nice, pleasant whiskey. Mellow, smooth, but not so smooth that it doesn't have flavor, and it's got a nice.
So if you could liquefy candy cigarettes,
yeah,
just like
it
that.
does. It
Confectionery
really
sugar.
Yep. Powdered sugar, confectionery sugar, a little bit of peanut nuttiness.
David 3 years ago would have said powdered sugar right off the bat, but I only hear Keith say confectionery sugar. Rest in peace, three year ago, David.
I've been listening to Ralphie too much.
You know, the sugar that confectioners,
Vanilla essence, vanilla pod, vanilla
shavings,
vanilla candles.
If you take a vanilla bean and you toast it,
Essence of shades of vanilla.
Just toast it on its southern side for but maybe 10 seconds.
I drink too much. A score of 100 real quick. What do you give this?
So for the rye, the first one, I would have given that one like an 82.
Yep.
82 out of 100.
I'd say an 80, 81.
My high score for that was because I traditionally don't like ryes that well.
It was not bad for a rye.
Yeah. This guy, this is creeping up on the list for me.
84.
Yeah.
83, 84.
Yeah. I'll put this right around there, 84.
Moving on.
Yeah, how many more have we got to go?
3 more.
By the way, thank you, boss.
Yeah, he's a good boss.
Can you hire me? Do you need hearing tests done there? I would love to undercut whoever's testing your hearing.
All right, next we're gonna do Russell's Single Barrel 55, and I've been wanting to try this for a while because I almost bought this when I was down at Wild Turkey. Who, fun fact, Jimmy Russell looks eerily like Barton, my grandpa. Rest in peace. Yeah, I showed you pictures, right? And didn't it look?
Oh yeah, 100%. It looks like your grandpa's still alive.
It's really,
and he's like leading the life he always wanted to lead. like he's been like, I'm gonna fake my death.
There you go. Oh, careful.
Yep.
It's not fully.
P.S. I was just telling Keith how my hands have been falling asleep.
What do you think that's about? Oh, because of the way you sleep.
Yeah, because I sleep like a child still.
Like this?
Yeah. I sleep on my tummy like this with my elbows propping up.
Well, my poor wife, man, I'm so big and old and fat and ginormous that I have to I have to have a queen or a king? Then I have a king, and she still has to scoot all the way over to the edge.
This one night, apparently in the middle of the night, I took my leg and I put it straight up in the air, like right down on top of Hallie. Yeah. And that was.
So I was in the military, and sometimes I have night terrors, and apparently 3 nights ago I got up and Lindsay was going to the bathroom. I was like, "What are you doing? Is someone back there? I hear something." And she was just horrified, don't hurt me. I've never obviously hurt her or ever touched her, and then I wake up halfway through, and then I get really embarrassed, and I just stop talking. I go right back down.
I'm gonna go back to
I have no explanation for this.
Oh man,
Ooh.
I peed in the dresser once. I thought it was a urinal in my dream.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I opened up the
Were you
dresser.
drinking?
No, this
Don't
was
lie.
no. This was like me in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, this is, speaking of nuttiness, this one's got a ton of peanuts, even more than the last
So
one.
this reminds me a lot of pad thai.
Dude,
Yeah,
what a ballin' accurate note.
yeah. It's got a little spiciness to it, just a hint of it, but
Little savory.
yeah, a lot of savory.
A little bit of like cinnamon butter,
Yeah.
oakiness, maybe a little caramel, brown sugar. But that pad thai note, now it's especially at the beginning, it goes away a little bit, and then the brown sugar, cinnamon butter,
Oh, even
oakiness.
the palate, a lot of brown sugar on the palate, but that nuttiness does stay to it.
Yeah, lots of peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't believe when you said that pad thai note, like I literally got it. Like 100%. That was such a spot on note. Dude, you're getting really good at picking up stuff. Was it 2 or 3 videos ago you picked out like 2 or 3? I was like, wow.
It's because I Google it.
And he literally never, like even now we used to always like have him sit down and like get some notes. Like,
Oh yeah, we don't
half
do
the
that
time
anymore.
we just go straight into the review.
No,
You've never
no.
had it before.
Yeah. It's always helpful when Keith goes first because then once you get like a little nugget, like a
Well,
little puff,
what you don't know is I used to write down my notes, and Dave would beat me to my notes. I'm like, you get vanilla candles, do you, Dave?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Saltwater taffy, huh? Speaking of saltwater taffy, no.
This is a good one. I should have bought a bottle when I was down there. All right, out of 100, what are you going to give this?
So this is a very so I don't know if it's just because we're drinking gradually and things are getting better, but this is once again maybe an 85, 86 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's creeping up for me. Maybe an 87. No.
Wow.
No.
I think also because we both don't particularly like really strong rye, I think these all taste really good in comparison to the rye.
Yeah.
Now I do like some rye, so
Yeah.
But
I do too.
and that's not a bad rye at all. But just bourbon is so sugary, sweet, and caramel goodness.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for a midwinter's night's dram. Hey, this was enjoyable.
84.5 out of 100 for me for that one.
I'm gonna stick with my 85 on this one.
All right, 2 left. Should we do Booker's or should we do Jack Daniel's single barrel?
Ooh, that intrigues me.
Did you do Jack Daniel's first?
Yep.
Since we both know we like Booker's.
I can tell you right now.
Although I don't think you did. I think I did a single on the Booker's. You've had Booker's with
I've had
me.
Booker's all the time.
Yeah.
I got a bottle of Booker's one year for Christmas from my father-in-law. And he then proceeded to drink
Who is it that... Oh,
all of it.
so, you know Jake Hines.
Yeah.
So he bought a bottle of Elijah Craig 18,
Yeah.
which is $200-$300
Yeah.
bottle. And his father-in-law was over like watching the kids, and he's not like, he just like was like my dad. He doesn't really like, I'll have this.
Did he mix it with something?
No, he literally, there was like half the bottle left, and he drank it almost all the way down. And he's like, oh yeah, it's pretty smooth. And like Jake was just like,
Yeah. It's smooth for a reason.
and like didn't say anything. I was like, did you say something? He's like, no.
No. Only on videotape.
How do you, especially to somebody's watching your kids for you and they don't know.
Yeah. This is intriguing to me.
I hear my wife is
She
stirring.
rumbles above. So one neighbor, they're like vampires. We never see them. They live directly across the street from us.
Yeah.
And it's a family. They have kids, but we never see them. I maybe it's COVID. I don't know.
Some people just aren't outdoors people.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So we never see them, but the other day I saw him. And he's like, hey, he introduced himself to me. I introduced myself to him. And he said, my wife's not home yet, or otherwise known as Satan.
What?
And I was like, ah. And he's like, no, wait until you meet her.
And he was like dead serious.
Like, I don't know, he just had really dry humor. In that case, I mean, it was funny either way for me. But pretty sure he was being serious. I was like, things are not good over there. What's your thoughts on this guy?
Pleasantly surprised. You still get a little bit of that kind of wood glue that you get with Jack Daniels, but it's not in a bad way.
No.
But then there's a lot of like brown sugar caramel goodness.
Yeah, it's
enveloped in that wood glue.
It is wood glue oatmeal, brown sugar oatmeal.
Yep. Oak,
vanilla, some maybe a little, I don't know. I was gonna say a little new shoe smell for me or something.
Yeah, new shoe smell.
Maybe it's that glue.
Maybe a little linen. New shoe.
New boot goofing.
Wood glue. Something spicy. And then almost like with some bourbons I get, it's like soda pop. Remember the soda pop candies?
Mm-hmm.
And I would like
the caps, the soda cup.
Almost like grape. Like artificial grape flavor.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, yeah.
Like a grape Kool-Aid. So palate, everything's there. A little heat to it, a little spice. I know people hate it when I say heat, but a little little peppery to me.
Mm-hmm. It's got a nice mouthfeel, but it's like chalkier too. I don't know.
It's definitely coating. That chalky feel. It's kind of like dry
maybe
mouth.
Dusty, like dusty corn.
Like you've been baling hay.
You know, like at Young's, they have that like corn where the kids play with it.
Dude, I got back at a sandbox. It was like on the side of the road, and so I threw it in the car. Actually, I put it on the roof of my car, and then I drove real slow down the road, and there was a little bit of sand left in it, and so it didn't look like it was dirty or anything, but Beckett got into it right away, and with that little bit of sand, immediately.
He ate it?
Just took a big bite out of it, and I was like, oh.
No. What did he do?
That should be the screenshot for there. And I was like, we gotta wash that mouth out, dude. All right, so Jack Daniels, normally Jack Daniels is reserved for a Coke.
Not this. This
is delicious.
86 out of 100 for
Yep. I think it's on par with that last one I had. I'm gonna give it an 85.
85? You're going lower?
Yeah. Well, it's not lower. It's the same. Lower than you. I'm usually higher than Keith all the time.
At least on bourbons. I like this one.
Maybe I'm just a tougher critic on bourbons.
You are. No.
I gotta drive home.
I haven't had supper yet. Even though it's like 10 o'clock.
Dude, get a rage on. I got some pizza combos the other night.
While I'm drinking this, let's do the question of the night, and then we'll do the last one.
All right.
Whew. I don't know how we came to this question of the night.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do, because
we're
both homoerotic. Strike three.
Speak for yourself.
Dude,
I'm married to a woman.
I love a good-looking man. I enjoy a good-looking man.
So I do know we
both
have an affinity for Brad Pitt as an actor and like his movies.
I just like looking at him.
Mel Gibson.
Mel, not that Tushy and all those Lethal Weapons.
Oh my, Tushy, huh? Oh my.
Get me shivering.
This comment section is gonna be hopping.
They can
and popping.
Yeah, well, my wife is hotter than your girlfriend or your wife, so
probably is pretty hot. What are you guys doing this weekend?
We're we're mixing it up a little. Did you just hear about that plastic surgeon out in California? Maybe it was like a year ago or whatever that he
Swinging?
Yeah, that. Well,
Dude,
they said he was
where I
swinging, but
work-
he was like raping patients.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
his
sad.
girlfriend was helping him.
My wife, who's a nurse, told me when she like did clinicals and sat in on surgeries, like they just like throw your body around. She's like,
Yeah, they're rough.
They're like so throw your arm back.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, part of it is because your muscles aren't really like.
but still,
There's not much resistance.
really, they're kind of rough with you.
Yeah.
So who, if we had to trade to look like somebody, like a famous celebrity or actor or whatever, who would you trade to look like? Now, I am old, ugly, and fat. When I was younger, I feel like I was decent looking, and there's not a ton of, not that I thought that I was better looking than some of these people, but just like, I'm okay with what God gave me. It's okay. But
Now, are we frozen in time to look like this person?
sure.
Okay.
Who would you choose to look like? And I would say the two, I can't narrow down to one. It used to always be Brad Pitt.
Yep.
But man, Chris Hemsworth, freaking Thor.
Good looking man.
I think I'd trade to look like him as well.
He's a good looking man.
What about you?
So Brad Pitt for me too, of course. Brad Pitt specifically.
Fight Club?
Nope. Legends of the Fall.
The long hair?
Dude, give me some Tristan. Give me some Tristan.
Could you imagine?
And give me some give me some Anthony Hopkins.
All right, I want everyone to just imagine Dave with long flowing hair.
You should see it. Do you remember the grunge? Or the what do they call it? The when I grew my hair.
Did you ever grow your hair out?
Oh yeah. In freshman year of college.
But not like.
So it was like to here?
No.
Oh yeah.
Was it that long?
Oh yeah. It was under the ears. It was not a good look. I have very wispy
Remember
hair.
when I tried to grow my hair out? Oh,
Bad looks. Bad. Everybody does that.
well, some people can pull it off, and some people can't.
So-
I think if I could have got all the way down to like that long, maybe I could have pulled it off. But that middle gross ground, no, I do not. I cannot pull that off at all.
So for me, this is going to be unconventional. But I grew up just thinking Cary Grant was the bee's knees.
The old school actor.
Oh yeah, yeah, just classy as all get out. He had perfect hair, perfect everything.
Kirk Douglas
With
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea with the butt chin. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the side to that would be, what is his name? When the moon hits your eye like the big pizza. He was part of the Rat Pack.
Yeah. Oh,
my gosh.
he's in the Disorderly Orderly.
Oh my gosh.
What's
wrong with us right now?
Who's the comedian that he does a lot of movies with?
Yeah, Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
Why
What is his name?
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin. There you go.
Yeah. Shame on me. So Dean Martin, Cary Grant for me would be my unconventional what I'd pick.
Booker's 6 years old, 6 months, 6 years and 6 months bourbon, 63.05% ABV, batch 2019-04. Thank you, boss.
Did you know that you're
You
allowed?
can have as much of that as you want.
Did you know that? Yeah, right. This is what puts me in a ditch.
You want to take these home?
No. Save them. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're gonna take.
Dude, I still have some left from the last time you gifted me entire bottles. Okay, drink it that fast. I'm drinking too much beer. All right.
I thought I was gonna like this better than
Yeah, I'm
the
not
Jack
down with it.
Daniels, but the
No,
Jack Daniels is better.
Yeah. Straight off the nose.
It's actually thin compared to the Jack Daniels.
So it's thin and it's more chemically. It's got
More chemically? More
I was gonna say that gluey kind of
acetone / harsh.
Yeah.
What's the word? What's that stuff?
So
astringent.
Yeah. So it's funny
Thin
because
astringency.
every time I've had Booker's, it's been just like kind of like, hey, let me pour you a glass of Booker's. It's never been like, let's lead up to it with all these different ones.
Now this is still good, but I can't believe the Jack Daniels was better.
Yeah. Right off the bat, let me taste it.
little bit of sugar, a little caramel, a little spice.
Yeah. So that astringent really comes through on the palate for me.
It's my dog.
Poor Max, this old snaggletooth.
Dude, he's not doing well.
If you want me to take him to the farm,
can you just take him and not kill him, please?
Sure.
I don't want him, but I don't want to kill him.
Yeah, I don't want to kill him either.
Dude, he's got like skin allergies.
I miss talking about death at the end of these reviews.
You are a very morbid person, Dave. Yeah, dude, this isn't as good as like no
Yep.
boss.
It's fantastic.
I appreciate it. It's very good, but it's not as good as I thought. I remember Booker's being. But maybe that Jack Daniel's single barrel was just that good.
So, has all of the wonderful things of a bourbon, and I know it's good, but I had that Jack Daniel's right before it. The vanilla is fantastic on this. The charred oak, that oakiness to it is fantastic. Booker's is, you know what you're getting, and it's quality.
It's almost got that soda bottle cap candy.
Yeah, a little bit of the
Coca-Cola.
chalky taste to it,
RC
too.
Cola, a little cola.
A little chalkiness.
Little fennel, little oak, little dusty corn, little...
Yeah.
It's just not as good as that Jack Daniels. What kind of Jack Daniels was that? Where is it?
Gentleman Jack.
Jack Daniels single barrel batch 20-05557.
So Jackie D.
65.85% ABV. Delicious.
So I'm gonna give this Booker's an 82.
Oh my god, that low? I'm still gonna give it. I think it's my second favorite. Well, second to third favorite. That Bardstown Bourbon.
That was my
second.
that was my tied with my
So
Jack Daniels.
Daniels.
Jack Daniels and
and then-
Bardstown are my top tier out of this group.
Same, and then I think third is the Booker's. Then
Yeah.
what was the other one? The Russ. The
No,
Russell's
the Rye.
was good too.
Yeah.
The Rye's last.
The rice last.
It was still good compared to some other Ryes. Just
Yeah.
all right, guys. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging with us for this more chill, laid back, boss. Thank you very much for these delicious samples.
And if you're a good looking man,
Oh gosh, Dave, why? He is straight and he is married to a woman. Why are you bringing these homoerotic comments on us?
bring it. Who always types it to me? Dustin. Bring it, Dustin.
Dustin. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and remember, Scotch is definitely the best.
But bourbon tonight won, and is the best.
At least the Jack Daniels.
Maybe can't.